For a couple of days, we've seen the Philippines is in turmoil. Well, not in turmoil, a mess. From the political divide that we have experienced, we are totally divided. From politicians that doesn't do their work, mainly do some public, uh, mainly do they do some public uh, image workups, which they just want to promote themselves and continually meaning their own profession of being corrupt. And now it suddenly comes to this a quite messy affair in the, which the event of the arrest of the former president Rodrigo Duterte, in which now our nation is solely in divide from lawmakers that sees this as the opportunity in where on which the victims of the extrajudicial killings can finally have justice, or the rest of the former President Rodrigo Duterte is an injustice in itself to us Filipinos. For me, as a Filipino citizen, it's just that, well, I'm not on the left and the right in itself. What adjustment is justice in itself, and also my view in the my view on the Philippine politics is that Philippines suck. Yeah, Philippines suck in terms of politics and other aspects of the Philippine life. From, from our day-to-day life, we sucked at it. Yeah, it sucks. I just want us Filipinos to start uniting in ourselves that, yeah, what the Philippines right now is kadaliman versus kasamaan, and just darkness versus evil. If we really want for Philippines to progress, we must not side with any politicians. We must side with us, with Filipinos to Filipinos. We must be united in terms of correcting all politicians in their own ways. Like, we must judge them, not us, and not them to judge us. We must unite in judging all those politicians, since they stood in front to be the leaders. And if we start being united, Philippines can progress. And if we start judging those politicians, those who are politicians, whether we are the ones that's supporting them, whether we like them or not, we can progress. If we always see, like, if we always turn a blind eye to those politicians that we like, we can progress. Just because the politician gave us 300 pesos, 500 pesos in the elections, well, we won't progress. It's always been a constant event in our lives. You know, we constantly receive 500 pesos, 300 pesos, 800 pesos, 500 pesos, 1,000 pesos, 2,000 pesos from every politician during elections. Well, I've seen it from local government elections, international national elections. We have always seen it. Well, we can receive those monies. We want to give it. Well, we can receive those. But when we receive those money, we must always choose the vote wisely. Not that I promote uh, the use of vote buying. Well, if they want to spread, if they want to give those, just give those money. You don't have to do vote buying. Right now, Philippines suck in itself. We as a Filipino must unite, and those person that is committing crimes must always be punished. Yes, justice. We must use justice as a tool to punish those who commit evil, not turn the blind side to those who commit evil. If the Duterte committed his crime, has crime, he must answer those. Also, Marcos must answer his own crimes. The Marcoses, the Aquinos, every faction in the Philippine government must answer to their own crimes. Every Filipino must answer to their own crimes, must commit to their responsibility as a Filipino. Every politician must be upfront to their own crimes, must be responsible, and must be punished to the crimes that they have committed. We must not be silent to the crimes. We must uh, we must rise up. Yeah, I think that's the right word. We must speak up our voice so that we can be heard. To really into this, but yeah, we have to rise up. We must be united in punishing every corrupt politicians, whether we like them or not. This event, for me, is one of the consequences of uh, our former president's actions. Yes, and say that the actions during his time. Well, yes, I can say that we have benefited at during his time since, well, the spread of drugs has been lessened. Politicians was humbled during that time. They were kind of, let's avoid corruption right now. Let's avoid selling right now. Let's avoid doing this right now. But it also make the protectors of uh, the drug distribution here in the Philippines do some cleanup so that they can avoid those people who are about to sing, to say something to the authorities, and also the police started the power that they have started to be going something on their heads. That's why the EGK started to run rampant. Duterte, well, also Duterte have his own devil squad, DDS, the devil death squad, death squad, something. Yeah, it's a mess. But while it's a mess, he must also answer his own crimes. He has, as what he has always been upfront in that he will answer. So that's it. He must answer his crimes. We must not always be lenient on someone's crimes. They must always answer those crimes. Those crimes. Yeah, that's right. So, us being Filipinos, we must also be responsible. Let this be the first step of us being of us having the progress. Since yeah, it's a mess. But at the end of the day, it's just this mess, this saga of us of this mess is just one of the first steps for us to either gain a proper freedom or just to be a mess. Since whether we like it or not, whether we support any governmental factions in the Philippines from left to right, there will be always corruption. And if we won't unite, these people that has huge influence in our society will always use their influence to always be richer, to always enrich themselves. We can see this in our society in itself. Many politicians become rich when uh, they sit in the uh, when they sit in when they're in position of the government. Many politicians always strive to to be in politics, like the Villiers. And if we don't start to see that we're just being used by these people, they always just use their position in politics to enrich themselves, and we just continue to support them, turning a blind eye, turning a blind eye to their crimes. Then we won't progress. If we make, if we want to really make progress, we must change culturally, politically. We must arrest. We must make all politicians answer to their crimes. That's it. See ya.